The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as you're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
12, 11 V. Under coach.
Here's Locke. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a gain of 16, 1st down Falcons.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing.
Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Samson Abukum racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. Now Locke. Escaping the pressure right. And Ty Montgomery has it complete. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A big gain of 31 on 3rd down. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 21-yard line. Slam, slam, slam. Take 4. Protein spill. Slam, slam. Mexico.
From the gun, here's Locke. Caught by Montgomery. He takes it to the 15. A nice display of power. That gives him a nice pickup. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Luck looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. And it's 3rd and short. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Throwing again is Luck. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Samson Abukum. He's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. And Boswell's kick is good. And that will tie us at 3-3. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
Field goals all we've had so far. 3-3 now as the kick is away.
Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 46. They'll run on 1st down with Marlon Mack. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On the ground, it's Mack, and he gets it down to the 32. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
No gain there on the completion, second and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He can make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave him with a third down and 6 to go. The 22 is the line to gain here on third down. On play action, Allen. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's fourth down.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's fourth down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. So we're trading first-half field goals. No breakthrough on the touchdown front. Got a 6-3 game.
Yeah, and I know so many people look at a game through offensive eyes, right? They want to see how the game's played that way. You know how I'm going to view it, right? The defenses, to me, have responded well in this game. Like what I'm seeing from them, both of them hoping to keep it to field goals and not give up big touchdowns.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Samson Abuka in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. They come up on second and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Now Luck. And Stills bringing it in. 22 yards there, a first down. On first and 10, Luck, incomplete. He was looking for Ty Montgomery that time, and that'll bring up second down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10.
Check 3. Reggie. 6 guys. Check 6 guys. Check. Crunch. Quo.
To the air again. Luck. He's got this to his running back, Ty Montgomery. Give him 2 yards on that play, and it'll make it second down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
So second and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Luck throwing again. Flush to his right. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
They'll try to run for the first with Ingram. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
They snap it to Locke. And he finds Stills, complete. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on fourth. Luck on first down. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And they'll get this down to the 10. The Falcon passing game looking good on this drive as they get the first down. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Luck going to bring him up first and 10. And he's 5 for 6 now throwing the ball on this drive. They'll run it. This is Michel. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. A gain of 3, second down.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
On second and 7, Luck. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down. Stills the intended target, third down here.
Check out. 622. Know your job. Check 37. Check 37. 11B. Check.
Hey, I-7.
52.
Out of the gun, Luck. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by the linebacker, Raekwon McMillan. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
So now second and 10 after the incompletion on first down. In his own end zone, it's Allen. And he is not going to get away. The rush was too strong, and this is going to wind up a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Under a minute to play here in the half. Time for a late drive.
It makes sense when you think about it. Hey, try and get a field goal. Give yourself a lead going into the half. But if you're going to do this, you better have supreme trust in your quarterback. Supreme trust in the guy's going to handle the football. Because if you turn it over here, not only do you go in down at the half, you've given the momentum squarely to your opponent.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Now it's Luck. And Diggs has it. No gain there on the completion. Second and 10. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's second and 10. Back to throw. Luck over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking for the connection with Devin Funchess, and it's third down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. It's complete. Stills. Falcons going to use their third and final timeout as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Day, every day, any day.
On first down, Luck. And Luck will be intercepted for a third time. Picked up by Jesse Bates.
All day.
His guys take over first and 10 at the 24-yard line.
And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. So after the INT, it's Allen. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. Amari Cooper, his intended receiver, but it'll be second down. Fairbairn able to put this one through. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. The Panthers out in front, and they will get the football first. Second half action underway. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
The Panthers take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. To throw, it's Allen. He completes this one to Mack. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
That's what I'm talking about. Not it, boy.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
And the punt kicks out of bounds, and they will spot it right at the 25-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they do. Now a hit, and Locke lost the football. It's out.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or moved away from him. In this case,
and his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 25. And he'll take this back down inside the 20.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
On first down, Mack. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
They'll go again here with Mack. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. They'll run here with Mack. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Amari Cooper, the intended target. But now it's 3rd and goal.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. and somehow incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
Allen going to throw to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
So making 4 out of 4 now in the field goal department, and he's able to extend their lead.
When drives have bogged down, he's been automatic out there. So nice to have a kicker you can count on to put points on the board.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, we were having a tough patch. This too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12. Here's Luck. It's complete to Diggs. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. And now here is another interception. Picked off by the linebacker, Raekwon McMillan. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ziggy Ansah in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way, and what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
They had quite a hole to dig out of there on 3rd and long. Not able to get the first, but a pretty good-sized run.
A really good run, but how much confidence do you have in your next play call that you can sell to the head coach? Let's go get it on 4th down. Do you really have a play you believe in, or are you just hopeful? And you got to sell it to the big man before it gets called.
Let's go. 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate, and of course they'd like to forget the inning, the interception, but they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because
blitz coming, and down he goes. Samson Abukum, what a season he continues to have, his 15th sack of the campaign.
this has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
He's going to let this one go deep. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive.
Check, 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 check.
It's Luck. Going deep for Diggs. He's got a man. Complete. A big-time play there for the Falcons. 52 yards. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
That's the end of the third quarter with the score Panthers 12, Falcons 5.
Clock. Hey, wahoo!
A shotgun snap for Luck. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Left side caught by Diggs. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Stephon Diggs, his 6th touchdown of the season, as they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Chris Boswell now for the extra point. And an important one that is, as we are tied now early in this 4th quarter. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ezekiel Ansah, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
Hey, Orbit.
Now Allen. It's caught. Cooper. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. Looking back to Cooper's numbers from last year after that trade, he ended up playing 9 games with the Cowboys in 2018. 725 yards, 6 scores. Also had the 100-yard game in the playoffs against the Rams. And if you add up the numbers between the 2 teams, and that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Carolina. Amari Cooper with touchdown number 7 on the year. And they are able to break the tie and move out in front here in this 4th quarter. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting...
They've got his man complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That one good for 37 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Here's Luck. And he's got his man on the out route. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a gain of 16, 1st down Falcons. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So a jump there defensively.
It's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
Looked to me like they adopted what my kindergarten teacher always said. If at first you don't succeed, try again. And finally, able to hold him in check. He'd been carving him up running the ball.
That's the first time I think I've seen where the coverage was good downfield and they accounted for him and stopped him for a short pickup.
Yeah, I don't think it was a big adjustment, but much more emphasis on making sure they knew where he was when he decided to take off and go.
To throw again on second down. Luck. He's got it. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. The Falcon passing game looking good on this drive as they get the first down. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on first and goal. They'll run for it with Montgomery. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down. On second and goal, Luck. This is caught, and he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Ty Montgomery, his 6th touchdown of the season, as they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with an extra point. A very important extra point there, up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. This is fielded at the goal line. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion in the field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be second and 11.
At the 36-yard line.
Check. 319. Check. 53. Here we go.
From the gun, it's Allen. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
That would have been a great catch, but real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is third and long. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And that will be incomplete. The defense did their job. 4th quarter, big stand.
No doubt about it because the offense has been yelling at him from the sideline. Just do us a favor. Get us the ball back. Give us one more chance to take it downfield. The defense just did them a solid, it appears.
And when they get the ball back, they can kind of play free tie game. They're not behind.
At their own 24-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
On second down, Michelle. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I'll bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Now a first down throw, Luck. Flushed out right. This one complete to Devin Funchess. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Atlanta.
13 yards.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. From the 50, it's Luck. Funchess has it complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
That completion helps out in a nice way. Now they can take a little bit more time, but guess what? They've got to make sure on their throws that they see it open, not just anticipate it.
On 2nd down, Michelle. And some room to maneuver. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he is finally going to be brought down, but not before he gets it to the Panthers' 5. Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
Trying to pound it in here with Michelle. And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the 4th. Boswell for the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Well, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. This defense looking impenetrable now. 3 straight incompletions. They're giving him nowhere to go with the football. Maybe a little frustrated back there?
Oh, there's no doubt about it. When you've missed on 3 straight, there's going to be some frustration. But now he's got to make sure that that frustration is temporary, not lingering. Big throw coming up.
Allen will look to throw for it on 4th. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position. Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 26-yard line.
A great come-from-behind victory in this one, Charles. And really the difference, obviously, was that 4th quarter. They dominated.
And it has to start with believing that you can make that comeback. Because we've been in games before. We've done games where you can just look at one team and realize they have no chance of making it back. Not in the one we just saw here. They did it, and they did it well.
So for the Falcons, their very slim playoff hopes remain as they move to 6-7 on the year. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the San Francisco 49ers. Meanwhile, for Carolina, you wonder what this will do to their playoff prospects as they fall to 8-5. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Hey, everybody, it's the coach. This is
All right, Coach, thank you very much. It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the Miami Dolphins and the Indianapolis Colts. This will be fielded at the 6. And with a marker down, he's up just past the 25-yard line, but I think they're going to be going backwards. Let's check the call. Yeah, this is going to put him back with not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. No chance at all. Way easier said than done.
And he completes it to Wilson. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. Play action now. Brissett. And he's got his man Hilton. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. This is Marlon Mack, 3rd-year running back. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Call it an 8-yard pickup, and it'll be 3rd down. On play action, Brissett. And, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
What a catch and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is the glove?
Well, those gloves, they do have a little grip to them,
They get a little extra tackiness to them now, and I know the guys in the NFL, the competition committee, some other places, they're talking about examining those gloves to see if they're having too much of an effect on the game.
They try and run on first down, but to no avail. Tackled for a 2-yard loss in the backfield. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that'll make it 2nd and 12. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They look to throw. It's Locke. And he rifles one incomplete.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Locke. And this is caught. It's Parker. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
The Colts now, their offense works their way back onto the field. And, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Breon Body Calhoun, a sack coming off the corner blitz.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
On 2nd down, here's a run with Mack. And he's got a good gain of 7 up to the 37.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
On third down, Brissett. Caught. It's Wilson. And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, got the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
Well, he'll find Hall. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. A Miami first down on the 14-yard pickup.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. 2nd down, it's Henderson. Just a couple there on the 2nd down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Throwing now is Locke. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The sack by Marcus Hunt. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Let's go,
Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
A look at the numbers for Doyle from a week ago. 7 catches, 118 yards.
That was a nice job there pulling that one in. Now, this is an offense that will certainly spread the ball around a bit, and this is a guy that defenses had better focus on.
Let's get it.
On the bootleg, it's Brissett. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Brissett's pass, incomplete from the contact.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. They'll run with Henderson here to begin the drive. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. It's Dolphins football here as we begin the second quarter. as they've got it with a 1st and 10. It's Dolphins football here as we begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They'll run with Henderson. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
From the 35 on 2nd down, Locke. And he finds Parker here, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A gain of 28 yards there and give them a 1st down. A nice job there, Charles. They picked up the blitz, were able to complete the pass.
That had the total feel of a quarterback in control. Red blitz, got him into the right protection scheme.
Looks for Parker, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 12. He was looking for Parker that time. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. They'll run it. It's Mack. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is just going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
And the catch made by Hilton. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
Now that was well defended, and as a cornerback, what you're taught when you see a wide receiver screen, either you get underneath the play before the blocking forms, or you're going to have to fight your way through it by getting through some blocking. That was a really nice play there.
And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. We take a look ahead at what's to come later tonight. Sunday Night Football, it'll be the Vikings and the Cowboys from AT&T Stadium in Arlington. And then tomorrow night, we've got the Seahawks and the Niners from Levi's Stadium. And we were in the Bay Area for the Raiders on Thursday night. Now right back out to watch the Niners on Monday night. 18 big yards on that one, and a Miami first. That run's successful in large part because they had a lot of extra help blocking up front.
Yeah, you've got guys who can do that very, very well. In addition, they can catch the football. So sometimes when they line up with 3 tight ends, it's not necessarily to run.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And he'll get this back across the midfield, striping down to the 47-yard line. 2nd interception for him now here in this 1st half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question, because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates are going to check on it, because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. Throwing again on 2nd down. Brissett. Wilson's got it complete. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Give the Colts 13 yards and a 1st down. Brissett to throw on 1st. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked. But instead, they'll keep it on 2nd down. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. They'll run here with Mack. And he still has yet to get on track in this 1st half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Brissett from the gun on 3rd. Going for Hilton, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Raekwon McMillan. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He's on quite the interception run. He had 2 last week, another one here. Remember, he's not a DB, he's a linebacker.
But how many of those linebackers started as DBs and pumped themselves up into being linebackers? So the ball skills are the same, right? The coverage skills and responsibilities are the same, and he is paying it off in a big, big way.
He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down. Looking to throw again on second down. Lock. And this one's incomplete. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Margus Hunt picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
They begin the drive on the ground with Mack. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. It'll be a gain of 4, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. From the shotgun, it's Brissett, and Wilson has it. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. From the gun, here's Brissett. It's hauled in by Dodson. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That one for Indianapolis, resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs. Caught by Wilson. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10. Brissett again. Taken in by the tight end Doyle. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Brissett sets to throw it. He's got it to Hilton. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll throw again. Brissett. And he's caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half.
Watch the run, watch the run. Check 3, check 3.
They'll run it with Mack. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. So plenty of action on the field. We now proceed to the start of the second half. So no scoring in our first half. What will the second half bring as we are now back underway? That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. And we thought this game had the potential to be tight. Maybe not this tight. Scoreless as we start the third quarter.
I love the way you use the word tight. I'm going to take it in a little bit different direction here because it's not just tight on the scoreboard. I think both offenses have been tight in how they played this game. No one's been loose. No one's been free. They've got to find a way to make some plays, and I don't think you do it if you're really tight in everything that you're doing in the game.
And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on third down. Henderson will try and run for the first. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45.
Come on, fellas.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Watch the screen, watch the screen.
Henderson now on 1st and 10. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that's going to make it third down and less than a yard.
70, Indy.
Here's Gaskin. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. In for the score, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Well, these two teams battled through a scoreless first half. Finally, a breakthrough here in quarter number 3.
And I just wonder how that played for both of them psychologically, because when you battle through a scoreless first half, now you know that every possession is increasingly crucial. Who can put points on the board, make the other team chase? Wonder if you get a lift and if they get deflated a little bit.
And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That'll go as a loss of 5. And it'll be a 2nd and long.
It's our time.
Call it no gain on the dump-off, and it's third down. Now the old pass completion for no gain, not something you want to call up out of the playbook too often.
Yeah, most offensive coordinators don't have that on their play sheet, so they've got to go back and scramble after this one. But right now, with what they're telling receivers about making sure you take care of the ball in open field, sometimes the fighting for extra yardage doesn't come as a result. That and good tackling can lead to no yards gained. People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
So now the Dolphins set to take over on offense. They lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football. Four yards on the dump off at 2nd down. Now a run with Henderson. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play.
And this is caught at the 20. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Colts pick it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch when he turned it.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
They'll run on first down. Henderson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. On 2nd and 11 now. Locke. It gets it into the arms of Parker. Complete. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
They'll run now with Gaskin, and he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. They'll be marked inches short, no gain on the play, and that's going to lead them to 4th down. Nothing fancy really on either side. They were just trying to punch it between the tackles, but could not get it done.
That felt very old schoolish, didn't it? Because we always talk about how we spread it out on offense nowadays and try and create some running lanes. That one was really tight. Go get it. A big pile of bodies. Didn't quite get there.
A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. To throw is Brissett. Complete to Hilton. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. They'll run it out of the gun with Mack. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Back now in Indianapolis. It's the Colts, so they've got the football, but they've got work to do, trailing here as we begin the 4th quarter. 3rd and short yardage, Brissett. They're able to locate Wilson. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down. Brissett now perfect since the 2nd half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Brissett. He's got Jack Doyle. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Here's Brissett. They'll run the screen with Mack. Give him 3 on the screen. He couldn't break free, and it's 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Brissett now finds his big tight end, Mo Alley-Cox. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on fourth down.
Watch the screen.
First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Brissett on first down. And a completion to Wilson. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A good pickup there at 22. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal. Another shot from the 9 on second and goal. To throw, Brissett. This will be caught at about the 5. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a third and goal. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes third and goal. Brissett, and he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Raekwon McMillan. Scoring has really been at a premium, and Charles, you got to tip your cap to this defense coming in here. Their offense too, but this whole team coming in here on the road, getting a hard-fought win.
I think the way that they're finishing this one up, an exclamation point on a terrific game. As you noted, hard for them to put points on the board, and they hold them down one more time and finalize things.
Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Again, it's Henderson. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a third down and 6. Under 4 to play now. Clock running, third down. On third down, here's Henderson. And he's able to get this up just shy of the 15. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
So still backed up, but the situation not as dire now. First and 10 at the 14. This is Gaskin on the carry, and he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags.
Defense.
They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
And now it's first and 10, a big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Meanwhile, here, a run on first down really backfires as he's going to be brought down well behind the line of scrimmage. It's a 6-yard loss on the play, and it'll make this a second and long.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
An 8-yard gain, so that gets them halfway there. Now they're left with a third and 8 more.
It's a gain of 8, and it brings up third down.
The Dolphins on third down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is third and 8. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They've got a third down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. Here's Henderson. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the first down. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Here's Matt Hawk now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And that one will skip out of bounds as the linesman will mark this thing right at the 15-yard line. So the Colts now down 10-0, and time a huge factor. They've yet to score all game long, but now they need to do so twice in short order to have a shot. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he completes it to Wilson. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. To throw again on second down. Brissett, middle of the field to the tight end Doyle. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12. Now Brissett.
Like so many tight ends nowadays, they have no problem at all putting him in the slot and letting him go to work, and that's a nice pitch and catch right there for a first down.
No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Now Brissett. This goes out right to Doyle. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Now a play fake here on first down. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
with the Eagles?
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it was against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. 2nd and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run. Again, it's Henderson. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down. On 3rd down, it's Henderson. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins. And not all W's are created equal, CD, and this one came in shutout fashion.
Well, their offense certainly didn't need to do anything, right? They could take the day off, and they did. But the defense, they carried them in a big way.
Yeah, look, the offense obviously stuff to work on, but they did enough, and the defense carried the load.
Well, you know what they say. It's always fun to work on things if it didn't go well in your game with a victory in your pocket. And that's what they've got going forward.
So for Miami, the win gets them back over 500 at 5-4 on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Colts, it's loss number 3.